Please stand for the presentation of colors by the Grand Rapids Fire Department Honor Guard and the Pipes and Drums Band.
Pipes and drums. By the hall. Quick, march.
Present arms.
Please sing along with me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands for, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order. Arms.
Pipes and drums. Dismissed.
You may be seated. I'd like to have Pastor Bill Vander Venen up for the invocation.
Let us pray. Dear God in heaven, we come to you in this evening, a time of celebration, a time to give you thanks. Thanks for the many blessings you have given to this department. We thank you, too, for the personnel that will be honored tonight, for their medical achievements, for their service awards, for their promotions. Truly, you have blessed us in so many ways, and we thank you for that they answered your call to be of service to the men and women of this community. Bless us now and this evening, and we give you thanks. Amen.
Good evening, welcome, and thank you for coming and joining us tonight as we come together to recognize the hard work, dedication, and service provided by the members of the Grand Rapids Fire Department. We're also here to recognize the selfless acts of civilian members of our community tonight. We are honored And we also have our honored guests on stage. Tonight we have Mayor Rosalind Bliss, City Manager Mark Washington, Fire Chief John Lehman, Deputy Chief Ron Tennant, Deputy Chief Todd Vanderwall, Assistant Fire Chief Brad Brown, our Chaplain Bill Vandervenen, and our EMS Captain Steve McBride. Tonight would not be possible without the hard work, dedication of your awards committee, and I'd like to take a minute to just have them stand for an introduction. Please stand. Battalion Chief Dave Norman, Captain Matt Keisch, Lieutenant Bill Smith, Lieutenant Matt Sheffer, Equipment Operator Jeff Vanderwall, Equipment Operator John Keeler, Equipment Operator Robert Rood, Firefighter Alex Van Putten, and Firefighter Danny Veniclaus. We'll give them a round of applause. And now I'd like to have Mayor Bliss. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I am absolutely delighted to be joining you tonight as we come together to pause to honor your dedication and your sacrifice and your exemplary service. This is always one of my favorite events every single year, as it provides all of us an opportunity to not only honor you for your work, but to really just to say thank you. To say thank you for your commitment to our community, to public service and public safety. This department and every single one of you have a lot to be proud of, as you are a shining example to other communities, not just across Michigan, but across our country. And I have the delight and honor to go around the country and talk to other mayors and to brag about the great work that you do. From being the first department in the state of Michigan to receive Class 1 ISO rating, to receiving international accreditation, to successfully installing over 60,000 smoke alarms in homes across our community. And this is all in addition to the exceptional service that you provide day in, day out, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Your willingness and desire to consistently explore innovative ways to improve services, your responsiveness, and public safety is a true testament to your heart for service. I also want to take this moment to thank Chief Lehman for his incredible leadership and for all of you working so closely together to make sure that we are moving the department forward. So on behalf of all of my colleagues on the City Commission, along with the citizens of Grand Rapids, I share our deep gratitude to every single one of you for your dedication to our city. So congratulations to everyone who's going to be honored tonight. I'm really delighted as well that we're here to celebrate some of our citizens, and I'll just be really honored to be a part of this service. Thank you.
City Manager Mark Washington.
Good evening, everyone. Oh, man, I had this at the last meeting. Good evening, everyone. There we go. Well, I'm so delighted to be here. I want to thank the fire department for the very unselfish work that you do every day in terms of saving lives and property. And when so many people in the face of danger attempt to flee, you have the awesome responsibility of running towards it. And you do so with courage, you do so with discipline, and I am forever indebted to you for that. I've had the chance to see many of you in action, particularly during the inclement weather occasions that we had both in the spring and this past unfortunate storm. I started to classify it as a tornado, but we are told we cannot call it a tornado. But it definitely was a winter polar vortex, and I saw many of you in the face of danger, standing in the middle of freeways where people have dared to travel and assisting people in the very midst of danger and helping the vulnerable populations evacuate. And of course, what you do whenever there is fire is just an actual tremendous tremendous act of courage. Chief Lehman and his team had an opportunity to give us just some insight on the training grounds and what we were able to experience, and the mayor was part of that in terms of entering stage fires. We can only give us an insight, some insight of what you do every day when there are real fires, and for that we commend you. And not only the sworn personnel, but the civilians in the department, you play an important part of the department, an important part of our city in providing support services, and I'm grateful for you as well. And also our newest member, one of our newest members of the department, Axel. Is Axel around today? Axel Station 3, our black lab, right? We will see Axel. We're still a show. And just for the traditions that you uphold to include the honor guard. I am grateful to be your city manager. I've been here approximately a year now, and one of the first acts that I had the privilege of doing was being here at the promotional ceremony last October, and I'm so delighted I can spend this moment with you today again and recognize all the acts of courage and bravery that you demonstrate every day. Thank you so much, and congratulations.
I'd like to have Chief Lehman up, please.
Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us this evening. It is an honor and privilege to have you all here with us as we recognize the accomplishments of our folks that work for the Grand Rapids Fire Department. The men and women of the Grand Rapids Fire Department are a very proud group of people. They do not necessarily seek these kinds of evenings where we honor them and recognize their accomplishments. But it is a necessary thing that we do that, because a lot of these instances that you'll hear about tonight are things that go above and beyond what our normal call is. And so those are the people that have not only exemplified themselves in front of the organization, but what's more importantly, in front of their peers. And in our job, there's nothing more important to an individual than to be recognized by their peers. And I can tell you that that means a lot to these folks as they come up and receive those awards. It gives me great pleasure that we can have our family and our friends here and have city representatives here with us tonight to be able to listen to these accomplishments. It makes me proud to be part of this organization and to serve alongside these men and women. I'm proud of the Pipe and Drum Corps. I'm proud of the Honor Guard in the way that they always professionally represent us. And thank you very much to all of those people here in support of our folks here tonight. Appreciate it, and I look forward to a great program. Thank you.
Tonight, we're going to begin with our unit citations. The GRFD unit citation is earned by a unit, company, station, or group of individuals who, while operating as a team, performed an act in an exemplary manner that unselfishly displays coordination, cooperation, and teamwork in the accomplishment of a common goal. Please come forward on stage as I call your name. Captain Ed Brayman, Lieutenant Casey Spielmaker, Firefighter Jeremy Shepard, Firefighter Christy Shepard, Firefighter Mike Myers, Firefighter Jeffrey Lysick, Lieutenant Bronson Barnes, Firefighter Luke Ledoux, Equipment Operator Travis Milner, Captain Matt Keisch, Firefighter Alan Smith, Firefighter Curtis Kalinda, and Battalion Chief David Norman. On January 3rd, 2019 at 10:41 a.m., Grand Rapids Fire Department Technical Rescue Assignment was dispatched to 300 Monroe Avenue, also known as City Hall, for two workers trapped on a lift approximately 6 stories off the ground. Upon arrival, Rescue 5, Rescue 7, Engine 7, Engine 8, and Car 6 established a plan to lower a rescuer from the top of the building down to the trapped men on the lift and then lower them to the ground. The weather that day was typical for January. It was cold and windy, which put the trapped workers and the crews working at risk for hypothermia, which would have hampered the rescue attempts even further. With the weather conditions, the time of the day, and the location of the incident, this quickly became a very high-profile incident. There was a lot of eyes on them. The members of the rescue crew performed in an efficient and professional manner. As a result of the rapid response, the rescue systems were established, the 2 workers were lowered to the ground, and the scene was demobilized in less than 90 minutes. It is for those actions that these crews are receiving a unit citation tonight. Next, if I could get Lieutenant Dan DeBlay, Firefighter Ryan Slomp, Equipment Operator Rick Bush, Lieutenant Jason Druckenmiller, Equipment Operator Dan Weatherwax, Firefighter Ted Rosecki, Lieutenant Denny Brait, Equipment Operator Alex Atwood, and Lieutenant Casey Spielmaker. Back up on stage, please. On January 6th of this year, at 1:45 in the morning, crews were dispatched to 2211 Valleywood Southeast for a report of a structure fire with victims trapped. Upon arrival, Engine 6 reported that multiple victims were on balconies and needed rescuing as fire was blowing out of the second floor sliding doors, pushing smoke and fire onto those that were trapped. Lieutenant DeBlay assumed command and immediately sent Firefighter Slomp with a ladder to start making rescues. Lieutenant DeBlay also recognized the need to immediately effect fire attack to support the rescues and pulled a 2.5 line and immediately began to stop the fire's forward progress. Engine 4 and Ladder 4 arrived 3 minutes later and immediately went to work throwing ladders and rescuing occupants. A total of 7 civilians were rescued by the crews of Engine 6, Engine 4, and Ladder 4 that night, and the bulk of the fire was knocked down within the first 10 minutes. The professionalism displayed by Lieutenant DeBlay, Firefighter Slomp, and Equipment Operator Bush of Engine 6, Lieutenant Druckenmiller, Equipment Operator Weatherwax, and Firefighter Rosecki from Engine 4, and Lieutenant Brait, Equipment Operator Atwood, and Lieutenant Casey Spielmaker of Ladder 4 exemplifies the spirit of teamwork and the level of conduct shown only by true professionals. Their quick thinking and decision-making led to not only the saving of 7 lives, but also stopped a fast-progressing fire from becoming a total loss. It is for that they are issued a unit citation tonight. Captain Bill Race, Equipment Operator Greg Miller, and Firefighter Matthew Hutter. please come forward. Our final unit citation is for a call from February 28th of this year, when Rescue 10 was sent to a disoriented male. Upon arrival, the crew was led to an office where a very confused and unstable man was sitting at a table. The male patient kept putting his hands in and out of his front pocket of his hoodie. When the patient was asked what was going on, he became very nervous and fidgety. The crew attempted to gather information and perform a check of his vitals when the patient again placed his hands in and out of his hoodie. Firefighter Hutter had moved behind the patient to assist the ambulance when he observed a gun in the patient's front pocket of his hoodie. Quietly, Firefighter Hutter was able to alert Captain Race and Equipment Operator Miller. Quickly and quietly, Captain Race had the staff members at the facility get under their desk and close their doors to their offices. Captain Race and Equipment Operator Miller then positioned themselves on either side of the patient. The patient again attempted to put his hands into his front pocket, where now they know their weapon is. Captain Race, Equipment Operator Miller, and Firefighter Hutter secured the patient and removed the weapon from his pocket. Without the fast thinking and actions of Captain Race, Equipment Operator Miller, and Firefighter Hutter, the situation could have turned very easily into a deadly, violent incident. So it is for that they received the unit citation. Now, if I could please get Captain Stephen McBride to come up.
Thank you all for coming tonight. Every day, the women and men of the Grand Rapids Fire Department come to work with the knowledge that they will be called upon to assist those in need. That's the job. Most of the time, when the alarm goes off, they will be responding to a medical situation. Tonight, we're able to recognize the actions of some of these members who were able to assist someone who suffered cardiac arrest, was resuscitated, and then was released from the hospital. And then another event where a person was assisted with childbirth at home. Can you imagine how difficult that would be? When recognized for these actions, you'll hear so many of our people say, "Just doing my job." It's what they do. Trust me, you're doing more than just doing your job. When you help the 78-year-old man onto the stretcher this winter and make sure that he has a blanket on, that's more than doing your job. When you hold the hand of the child who broke her leg and calm her parents down because they're scared, you're doing more than your job. And when you take the time to explain to the family of a cardiac arrest patient what's happening, and you make a phone call for them because they're just shaking too much, you're doing more than just your job. Thank you for doing your job every day. Would the following members please come up? Lieutenant Kara Johnson, Firefighter Tom Felix, Firefighter Chris Molesky, Captain David Marshinda, EO John Van Lente, Firefighter Joe Dubay. On October 5th, 2018, a man was just returning home from a run While he was in the other room, his wife heard him say, "Oh crap," and he fell. When she found him unresponsive and not breathing, she called 911 and was assisted over the phone to perform CPR. When Engine 4 and Engine 6 arrived and took over care, they rotated positions, performing CPR, ventilating him, and delivered 2 shocks with the AED before they noticed that he had started breathing again. A couple weeks after this event, his wife stopped by the station to say that he was home and doing well. For your actions, a medical service award is presented to you tonight. Thank you. Would the following members please join me? Lieutenant Mike Waldron, Firefighter Paul Dobb, Firefighter Chris Knapp, Lieutenant Justin Stebe, Lieutenant Mike Witteveen, and Captain Kevin Carmel. On October 15th, 2018, Squad 7 and Engine 2 were called to a home where a woman was found in ventricular fibrillation and had no pulse. With AMR medics, Squad 7 initiated CPR, Engine 2 and Car 5 arrived on scene to assist, aiding in aggressive pit crew style CPR. The defibrillator shocked several times, and with care, the return of spontaneous circulation was achieved on scene. We found out that the patient was discharged home with an implanted defibrillator to prevent further occurrences. For your actions that night, a medical service award is presented to you. Would the following members please join me? Lieutenant Bronson Barnes, EO Travis Milner, Firefighter Luke Ledoux, Lieutenant Keith Borison, EO Richard Moore, Firefighter Eric Ryder, and Battalion Chief David Norman. On November 11th, 2018, Rescue 5 responded to a home where they found GRPD performing CPR on a man in cardiac arrest. They took over CPR, applied the AED, shocked him once before Ladder 1, Car 6, and AMR arrived, and together performed that resuscitation. He was defibrillated 4 more times and ultimately survived his cardiac arrest event. For your actions, a medical service award is presented to you tonight. Would the following members please join me? Captain Edward Brayman, Firefighter Christy Shepard, Lieutenant Casey Spielmaker, Firefighter Jeremy Shepard, Firefighter Mike Myers, Firefighter Jeffrey Lysick, and Battalion Chief Colin Kelly.
I probably held my IV, right?
It's still an important role. On January 3rd, 2019, Engine 7 was dispatched to a medical alarm with AMR. The male patient was in visible distress and unable to communicate effectively. While loading the patient for transport, he suffered cardiac arrest, and CPR was begun immediately. Rescue 7 and Car 6 joined Engine 7 in coordinated and aggressive treatment, which aided in his survival. After in-hospital treatment, he was just discharged back to the adult foster care home 5 days later. It should also be noted that this could be considered the third save of the day, since these crews were involved in a high-angle rescue earlier in the day. For your actions, a medical service award is presented to you. Would the following members please join me? Captain Brian DeForest, EO David Fountain, EO John Keeler, EO Robert Rood, Firefighter Jeremy Chesla, Firefighter Tim Walsh, and Captain William Race. On August 31st, 2019, Ladder 1, Engine 11, and Car 6 were dispatched to a dialysis center for a cardiac arrest. While good CPR was being administered by their staff, Ladder 1 took over compressions, inserted an airway, and started breathing for the patient. With the assistance of Engine 11, Car 6, and ALS staff, the care continued until the pulse returned. This patient was treated in the ICU and ultimately discharged to hospice care due to complications of diabetes and kidney failure. For your actions, a medical service award is presented to you. Would the following members please join me? Captain Douglas Carley, EO David Fountain, and Firefighter Ryan Sloan. On July 7, 2019, the crew of Ladder 1 responded to a reported mother in labor. Upon arrival, the crew of Ladder 1 found the woman in labor on the floor with the baby's head showing during the contractions. They assessed the patient and prepared for her delivery, and then worked as a team with the ALS crew to deliver a healthy baby girl. For your actions, a live birth award is presented to you. Thank you.
I would now like to introduce the members receiving their Distinguished Service Recognition Award. Receiving their 25-year award are, please come up, Jeffrey Vanderwall, Equipment Operator, Equipment Operator Steve Prisby, Firefighter William DeBeck, Equipment Operator Kevin Fox, Equipment Operator Merle Jones, Captain Richie Clark, Firefighter Jeffrey Lysick, Lieutenant Joel Boyer, Lieutenant Mike Witteveen, Lieutenant Mark Penning, Captain Steve Lohman, Firefighter Steve Adamczyk, and Lieutenant Colin Menninga. Thank you for your 25 years of service. Receiving their 20-year award for recognition, service recognition, are Lieutenant Harold Elmore, Lieutenant Andrew Nowak, Captain Paul Mason, Firefighter Eric Twiss, Captain Matt Keisch, Equipment Operator Travis Milner, Lieutenant Travis Gerd, Equipment Operator Tony Berkins, Equipment Operator David Fountain, and Equipment Operator Jason Tuttle. Thank you for your 20 years of service. And now we'll move right into the 10-year service award. Firefighter Jeremy Chesla, Firefighter Luke Ledoux, Lieutenant Roy Lagrone, Equipment Operator Robert Rude, Equipment Operator Nathan Bazin, Lieutenant Joshua Veldkamp, Captain Ed Brayman, Equipment Operator Jim Betts, and Firefighter Winston Wood. Thank you for your 10 years of service. We would also like to recognize Lisa Smith with a Civilian Distinguished Service Recognition Award for her 10 years of service with the Grand Rapids Fire Department. She has over 19 years of service with the city, and the last 10 of it being here. But I do not see her, so. Now if I could get Captain Matt Keisch to come up on stage one more time, please. Wherever he's at. This year's Grand Rapids Firefighter of the Year recipient was Captain Matthew Keisch. Matt has been with the department for over 20 years, just receiving his 20-year pin. Over his 20-year career, Matt has built a reputation of being a skilled and knowledgeable leader. He's the type of person who can be counted on not only at work, but also outside of work. Often he can be found helping others on a number of things, ranging from car repairs to home improvement projects. Putting a new roof on, give Matt a call. At work, Matt has been an integral part in many of the department's programs. He is an expert in trench and collapse rescue as a member of the tech rescue team. He is the program manager of the Honor Guard, scheduling and volunteering for the St. Florian's Mass, numerous parades, award ceremonies such as this one, the 9/11 Boy Scout Salute, Firefighter of the Year banquet, and the most important function of all is to stand guard at the funerals of our members that have passed. He has served as the chair of the awards committee, a member of the apparatus committee, head of the building corps, and most recently has become involved in the project to restore a 1937 ladder truck that was once in service protecting the citizens of Grand Rapids. Captain Matthew Keisch is the epitome of what it means to be a firefighter. His selfless service to his community and to the Grand Rapids Fire Department is the reason he was chosen for the prestigious award of American Legion Furniture City Post number 258, Firefighter of the Year. There are a lot of recipients of awards that couldn't be here tonight because they're on duty, and we weren't able to bring everybody down from the city. So there are a lot of other award recipients who will be getting their awards. Next up, we're going to switch gears and move into the Citizens Valor Award. This is to recognize a citizen's heroic act of risking his or her life in the attempt to save another life at an emergency incident. Could I get Barbara, I hope I don't massacre the names, Jablonski? Is that right? Yeah. All right. Jeffrey Jablonski and Linda Watkowski-Cowden to come up on stage, please. Hi, thank you. On Friday, February 22nd, 2019, at a fire of an apartment building, these three people realized that not only was the apartment building on fire, but also that no people had exited the structure. They went to the doors of the burning building, knocking on all the doors to get the residents to leave the building. Not something most people would do. Most people see fire and they run. They don't want to be anywhere near it. But these three went and banged on doors. Hey, get out. It's time to get out. They also had the presence of mind to clear the fire hydrants for the firefighters and had other people move their vehicles so the fire departments had clear access to the address. A lot of times in the wintertime we have snow covering hydrants, can't see them easily, cars parked on the road, makes it really tough to get there. What you guys did made a huge impact. It is highly likely that a loss of life and serious injury would have occurred had it not been for their actions. We thank you for your heroic acts. Next is our Citizens Fire Service Award. This award recognizes the outstanding effort and dedicated service to the Grand Rapids Fire Department. This may be for service that has advanced the cause of the fire service in general, or the Grand Rapids Fire Department in particular. first recipient couldn't make it tonight, but it's Crystal Van Beek. She is the spouse who performed CPR on her husband with the help of the dispatcher. Earlier, the crew was recognized for their work in that, but it was her early actions and the dispatcher who was able to talk her through CPR that made a huge difference in the outcome of that situation. Again, she couldn't be here tonight, but they will be at Kent County EMS tomorrow night receiving an award for that save, so they will get theirs then. Next up, could I get Patrick McGreevy and Ken Carl up on stage, please? On Friday, December 28th, 2018, I hope I don't massacre the name, Pete Samashko? Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. He was playing hockey when he collapsed on the ice. Patrick McGreevy noticed this and went over to check on him. He quickly noticed that he was not breathing, did not have a pulse. Patrick immediately started CPR, and with the assistance of Ken Carl, someone had gotten an AED and they applied it to Pete. They'd done a few rounds of CPR when the AED shocked him. They continued a few more rounds of CPR and Pete regained a pulse. They continued at that point to do the rescue breathing for him until the GRFD units arrived. Without their quick action, the outcome would have been different. We thank you for your quick action in another's time of need. One more. Another award goes out to somebody who was not here tonight. On April 29th of this year, Nick Trapp was at the Brand's restaurant on Leonard Street. Another patron on the other side of the restaurant began choking on his food. Family and other witnesses nearby were unable to assist the choking man. Nick heard the commotion from the other side of the restaurant, left his spot, went over to see what was going on, saw somebody who was choking. They weren't moving in the air. He lifted the 220-pound man from his seat and performed the Heimlich maneuver, quickly dislodging a chunk of steak from the patient's airway. Nick then went back to his table and finished his meal. Nick said he had just done what anyone else would have done. However, if it had not been for Nick jumping in and helping, the patient may not have survived his choking incident. I talked to Nick on the phone, said, hey, you were nominated for this award, and he was still, I don't deserve the award, it's, you guys did all the work. Not true. When citizens jump in and act, when it comes to choking or CPR or not being afraid to give some kind of first aid, it really truly makes a difference. So unfortunately he's not here, but because of Nick's actions, he saved somebody that night. So we'll give him a round of applause.
Grand Rapids, Engine 3, Rescue 7, Platform 3, Car 6, Fire Alarm, GVSU Winter Hall, Channel 2.
A good job with good people doing good things.
We're showing up on someone's worst day and we're trying to make their day better.
Want to serve people, even if they, need a tire change. If we can do it for them, we'll try and do that. Just to help. Not everything's an emergency, and if we can make somebody's day better, then why not? Let's do it.
The Grand Rapids Fire Department is a unique fire department in the state of Michigan. We're aggressive, we're driven by technology, and we stay current in the marketplace. We think outside the box, and we also are a place where you will come and get a good deal of experience to be able to make yourself a really good firefighter.
Each different community, I think, has a lot to offer, and we have a lot to offer each community. It's very rewarding to be part of this organization and to know that each day we're reaching out to serve the people of the community and hopefully doing our best to give them a better day and touch their lives a little bit.
The Grand Rapids Fire Department is very much values driven.
Honesty.
We are a respected organization. People need to be able to trust us and know that when we're in their homes and we're dealing with their loved ones, that they've got that trust that they can have in us in the honest way that we carry ourselves.
Integrity.
We will do what we say we're going to do, that we've got that kind of moral compass that sets us on standard, and the fact that we are, always going to be above board.
Loyalty.
We're loyal not only to the organization, but to the citizens we serve and the city that we work for.
Teamwork.
That's the backbone of our whole organization. We don't do anything individually. Everything we do is done as a group of individuals working collectively towards a common good and goal.
Excellence.
Everything we do, we're always striving to do better, and to do better for ourselves, our team, and our community.
The Grand Rapids Fire Department has 3 specialty teams. We have River Rescue, we have Hazmat, and we have Tech Rescue. River Rescue is the wave runners and the boats. Hazmat team runs out of Franklin Station. We do everything from fuel spills up to unknown chemical releases. And then we have Tech Rescue, and Tech Rescue does ropes, high angle, trench, collapse, and confined space. One of the other things that we do is we do RSPs. They send every fire truck out in the city to about 6 homes once a month, and we put in smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors.
It takes commitment to your craft, commitment to the community.
I think it takes hard work, dedication. You have to be mentally tough, and you have to be physically strong.
You have to be loyal because this is a team-operated thing. No one does anything that's successful or even failure outside of the team.
And also just being ready to give your all in every situation. And hopefully each day your all is enough.
What we need is people who can do the job, fit into this environment, and it doesn't matter who you are or what you are, you'll be accepted, because this job is one that your credibility, your trust is based on me knowing that you can do what I can do, and if I get in trouble or need your help helping someone else, I know I can count on you.
The best moment, wow, that's a good question. I don't know, because there's been times around the table where I've been in tears laughing about what, I have no idea. I just remember how I felt.
I'll say my best moment was just getting hired. The moment that you put on the uniform for the first time and it says your name on there, firefighter underneath. For me, there was no feeling quite like it. I finally met with a career that you know that you're hopefully going to retire with, and that was a very big day for me.
I'm Captain Matt Keisch. I'm a husband, father, a son, and a brother. And I'm a Grand Rapids firefighter.
My name is Jane Long. I'm a Christian, I'm a farmer, I love karaoke, and I'm a Grand Rapids firefighter.
And I'm a Grand Rapids firefighter.
And I'm a Grand Rapids firefighter.
I am a Grand Rapids firefighter.
And I'm a Grand Rapids firefighter.
My name is John Lehman. I like to think of myself as creative and a father of 4 and a friend to many.
And I'm a Grand Rapids firefighter.
Would Jessica Kroll please come forward? Jessica is an integral part of the Grand Rapids communication team. This team is responsible for sharing information that pertains to city operations, and the fire department has been able to utilize their resources in a variety of ways. The fire department has been able to engage a large section of our community using social media. we have realized that photos and videos are a vital communication tool. Jessica has worked very well within our group. She has demonstrated with every task asked of her a dedicated work ethic that exceeds expectations. She has worked side by side with our crews at stations and on calls to capture images that are important to our daily mission. She brings a special talent to every job and a creativity that must be celebrated. Her skill set has benefited our department many times over. She has made time to work with our members to show the stories of our lives, to celebrate our achievements, and to share our job to those that might be ready to someday join our ranks. Thank you for your service. The video that we just watched was Jessica. She put that together. She did the filming, the interviews, and all the work that was involved in that. Now I'd like to address some of our new hires. These individuals will continue to serve our city with honor and dignity and continue our professionalism and long-standing traditions into the future. First, I'd like to introduce the brand new City of Grand Rapids Emergency Manager, Allison Ferroli. Welcome, Allison.
Thanks. Thank you.
And next, I'll have our newest recruits come join me on stage. We have recruit Jacob Strassel, recruit Tyler Meyer, recruit Brad Anderson, recruit Ricardo Giardo, recruit Molly McIntyre, recruit Javon Welch, recruit Scott Verkijk, recruit Jarrett Zimmer, and recruit Derek Hartwell Jr. Welcome. And one final new addition to our department. Would Axel please come forward?
Sit. Sit. Axel. Sit.
I would like to change gears. Chief is here and is going to do the promotional ceremony now. Chief? Good.
Why don't you stay up here, Corey?
Okay.
So each Each year we have a promotion ceremony in the spring, and we have one that's integrated into this ceremony in the fall. And it's in order to recognize those people within the organization who have been promoted to a higher rank and are taking on more responsibility. And tonight we have 2 promotees with us, Lieutenant Corey Cornodal, who's been our host here this evening and has done an excellent job up until now. And so I do like to also have a family member come up and pin your badge on. Do you have somebody here?
I got Lieutenant Michael Waldron.
Okay. Would you like to move your badge?
No. Yes.
So let me tell you a little something about Lieutenant Cornodal. Lieutenant Cornodal, as you have read in his biography, does not like to write biographies. But Lieutenant Cornodal has been with the Grand Rapids Fire Department for 15 years. He was promoted to the rank of equipment operator in 2015 and began his current rank as Lieutenant of EMS and Training in July of 2019. I'd like to say that in the short period of time that Lieutenant Cornodal has been serving as an EMS lieutenant and also serving dual responsibilities in the training academy, that he has really shown the fact that he's got a lot to offer this organization. We're very proud of the accomplishments that he has made so far. We're very proud of the way that he has taken on responsibility. He is somebody that requires very little in the way of any direction, and I know that in speaking with Captain McBride, that he is somebody that has been very much an integral part in picking up and assisting that organization or that part of our department. So Lieutenant Cornodal also has taken on this awards committee responsibility and has done that very well, and it's not an easy task, and it takes a whole lot of coordination. And I apologize for one thing, is I dropped on him at the last minute 2 of the unit citations literally 2 days ago that were in my inbox from March of this year, which I was very negligent in forwarding on. But he was able to scramble and get those accomplished, and that's the kind of person he is. He's somebody who is able to adapt. He's somebody that's able to operate in a very good manner no matter what tasks are thrown at him. Lieutenant Cornodal is also being instrumental, along with the assistance of our training battalion chief, in handling active shooter kind of coordination with the police department right now as we progress into another area that we're tasked with being responsible for, and he has taken on those responsibilities and is doing that in a very, very good manner in order to keep us safe. I congratulate Lieutenant Corey Cornodal on his promotion to lieutenant. Thank you very much. Corey, I'd like to give you an opportunity if there's anything that you'd like to say about your promotion.
Oh, no. I was so worked up about the award ceremony, I didn't even think about a speech. But I'm grateful to be up here. I'm grateful to be able to serve in the capacity that I'm serving in. I believe that I'm making a difference, and I have people surrounding me, assisting me, guiding me, directing me. I'm not doing it on my own. The chief said a lot of great things about me, but if it wasn't for the people surrounding me, I wouldn't be doing nearly as well as I'm doing. So thank you to all the people around me. Thanks to the support staff that I have. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Could I have Lieutenant Casey Spielmaker come up, please? I think this might be the 5th or 6th trip for Lieutenant Spielmaker. We're going to have to get him a new pair of shoes.
You got to get there when you can, Chief, you know?
So while our first promotee did not like to write about himself, you saw that our second promotee likes to write a lot about himself. Lieutenant Spielmaker, or as Mayor Bliss might be, don't take offense, but he's also known as the mayor, okay? Lieutenant Spielmaker is somebody that it's been obvious since I've been here, has been a very much supportive part of this organization in many, many facets. I'd like to read a couple of them. Lieutenant Spielmaker joined the Grand Rapids Fire Department in 2001 at age 34. And before the fire service, he enjoyed an 18-year career covering sales and covering 3 states. He's been married for 31 years to his high school sweetheart and has 3 married children, Daughter Lindsay and husband Jason Madura, son Cody, and wife Caitlin Spielmaker, daughter Lexi, and husband Chris Pickett. He and Janice have been blessed with 6 grandchildren so far: Brock, Tylee, Hudson, Scout, Ray, and Soren. This is Casey's 14th year as a member of the Grand Rapids Fire Department. He has served in the Honor Guard. He has, I apologize, it's not 14 years. It's
14 years in the Honor Guard.
How many years on the job? 18 on the job. 14 years in the Honor Guard. He served on the River Rescue Team, Recruitment Task Force, Wellness Committee, Strategic Planning Team, 2-time Bargaining Team Unit member, Political Action Committee representative, and previously served as the Tech Rescue Team for 11 years. He also has been a decorated member of the organization. More than not, Casey is somebody who represents us in a very positive light in every single thing that he does. We always know that when he is out there and he's part of something that we're doing, that we know it's going to be done in a very upright and professional way. I appreciate all of the support that he has for the organization and all that he's done for us, and he is very well deserved as a lieutenant in the Grand Rapids Fire Department. Congratulations. So if you could, we're going to swear her in.
I'll get a chance to talk?
Yes, you do. Yeah. Couldn't talk first. I'm sorry.
Because you know I might have a couple words to say. Should I go sit down again? No, in all seriousness, I'm truly honored to be up here. I wanted to introduce my nephew, Mason Tylee, who pinned my badge on me. Mason's father, my brother-in-law, Mark Tylee, was a Grand Rapids firefighter as well. He passed away 16 years ago on September 18th. Mark was an inspiration to me my whole career. There's been many times where I've been in tight situations or not having a good day, and I can honestly say Mark has been there for me, come to me and said, you know, you got this. I left you in good hands, and all these people sitting up here that I've worked for have made me the person I am today. The Grand Rapids Fire Department, you notice I don't have my medals on, and I'm sure I'm going to be reprimanded for that, but I truly feel that the individual recognition is tremendous, but it's always been a team effort. None of us could do the job we do without all the people around us, our crew members, our officers, people that make the decisions when the times get tough. And I would like to reiterate that you know, it is an honor to be a Grand Rapids firefighter, but when we took the job, we wanted to do the things that we were getting recognized for us tonight. I want to recognize my wife and my family, my mom and dad, and my mom, my dad's passed away. My brother is here, my nieces and nephews. We have a big, strong family, and that's the reason why I'm able to do the things I do, because I have a tremendous amount of support. Thank you, Chief Lehman, for all that you do for the department. We've had some great chiefs, but I can say in my 18 years, you take the cake, and I mean that sincerely. So thank you very much. I hope I can uphold all the men and women that have had this badge before me. I'll do my best. Thank you.
I would also ask, as we have done in the past, if anybody in the audience that's a Grand Rapids firefighter has not been sworn in yet, if you could come forward at this time.
So as they come forward, as a fellow firefighter to a community to the south of us, I'm very proud of everything you do and appreciative for all you do. And when I'm sitting at City Hall and I hear the engines and the trucks come down, screaming down Ottawa Avenue, I take a moment to pray for you, and we know that you're out there doing that. And if I'm ever out on Ottawa, I might jump on the back too. So I won't. No riding on the tail. I won't tell you what we do down in Byron. No, just kidding. So if you'll raise your right hand, and when I'm done, just say, I will. Will you hereby declare that you will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Michigan, the members you serve with, and that as an officer of the Grand Rapids Fire Department, your fundamental duty is to serve the people you are sworn to protect, to safeguard, and preserve life, health, and property against fire and other perils, and to maintain a proficiency in the fire service? Will you recognize the badge of your office as a symbol of the fire department in public faith and trust, and accept, so long as you are true to the ethics of the fire service, and make these promises solemnly, freely, and upon your honor? Say, I do.
I will.
There you go. Congratulations.
I would now like to open the stage up to our Pipes and Drums Band for a presentation.
Good evening, everybody. My name's Matt with the Grand Rapids Fire Department Pipes and Drums. Couldn't tell. Skirt. I just wanted to take just a few minutes just to recognize these individuals right here. Not even a year and a half ago, didn't know how to pipe, didn't know how to drum, and look what we have now. So if we could just recognize them real quick. Thank you very much. I'm very, very proud of them. I mean, we took a bunch of people who didn't know anything and made something somewhat passable, so I think we're doing okay. But this is a recognition ceremony, and there is somebody in this audience that I don't think it's a lot, and we just wanted to make sure that this person is recognized tonight. And if I could, there it is. Yep, very nice. Chief Lehman, if you could. Where'd you go? Hello. All right, Chief Lehman, if I could have you step forward for just a moment. If it wasn't for Chief Lehman right here, we would not have a pipe band, and I am extremely confident of that fact. If it wasn't for his dedication to what we have going here, and he's the reason why we look so good. He's the reason why we have these good uniforms. And if it wasn't for his support of this and his dedication to this department and this community, we just wouldn't have what we have here, which is good morale and good people and good leadership. So I'd like to present you with a drum major's mace. Somehow a thank you card just didn't seem appropriate. Yeah, and it's a symbol of dignity and leadership, and we just wanted to present that to him tonight in front of all of you and just recognize him for all his efforts. So thank you very much. City Commission meeting started at that.
Right? All right. That's beautiful.
That is.
Thank you. Are we into closing?
Yes.
Okay.
Take your... Well, that pretty much wraps up the night. Following the closing prayer, there's refreshments outside. We have some baked goods, some apple cider, coffee, tea. So please help yourself and walk around and enjoy yourselves. I'd like to have Pastor Bill.
I'll do closing remarks after.
Okay, after the prayer. Bill Fenner.
Those of us who are involved in clergy work are always spontaneous, called upon all of a sudden. I had a benediction all planned, but I'm going to take the liberty of changing that tonight. And it's a very brief story about back in the 40s A crew from, I believe it was the Kansas City Fire Department, was responding to a large apartment complex. And as they arrived, they heard screaming voices of children, and all the windows were covered with iron bars and they could not get in. And one of the firefighters got back to the station and said, "What if those were my kids?" And he sat down and he penned the firefighter's prayer. If you look in your program on the last page, I'm going to close tonight with a firefighter's prayer. And if you would be so kind as to watch and just listen to the words, I'm going to take liberty of changing the last word in it, because in those days when he wrote it, there was not male and female in the fire department. So let us pray. The firefighter's prayer. When I am called to duty, God, whenever flames may rage, give me the strength to save some life, whatever be its rage. Help me embrace a little child before it is too late, or save an older person from the horror of that fate. Enable me to be alert and hear the weakest shout, and quickly and efficiently to put the fire out. I want to fill my calling and to give the best in me, to guide my every neighbor and protect their property. And if according to my fate I am to lose my life, please bless with your protecting hand my children and my spouse. Amen.
So I'll be brief, but I wanted to close with a couple of remarks. One is, who gets to do what we do every day we come into work? This is the greatest job in the whole world, that we get to serve our fellow man, that we get to work alongside brothers and sisters, that we get to serve among some of the greatest people in the world. We get to experience things that nobody else gets to experience. We get to cherish life more than anybody else gets to. I want to say thank you to the awards committee, to the honor guard, to the pipes and drums, to the men and women that were recognized here tonight, and to those families and friends that were here supporting them. To the mayor and the manager, thank you for being here with us. We know how busy your schedules are. This is a huge team effort. It's been said over and over again tonight how much we work together as a team, and how much we go together into these incidents, but we truly make a difference in people's lives. You heard tonight about multiple lives that were saved as a result of the men and women, and not only in this room, but out there on the street. There are countless lives that are saved every day, and these people don't even get recognized whatsoever, nor do they want the recognition for it. And that happens every day within the city of Grand Rapids. Responding to over 26,000 incidents every single year. The 200 plus men and women of the Grand Rapids Fire Department are proud to serve. And they're happy, and I'm happy for them that we were able to recognize them here tonight. We can't do it without your support, without the support of our families, without the support of the city that we work for, and the tools and equipment that they provide us to be able to do those things, and we are thankful for that as well. Honorees, be proud of your accomplishments and your actions. Families, be proud of those you're here to support. Mayor and manager, know that this department is one that you can always count on to keep your community safe. We thank you for attending tonight, and go in peace. Thank you very much for all of your support for this organization.